Welcome back to QR5 Cyber News. It's been a busy day at the second annual Space Cyber Forum in Adelaide. We are crossing live again to Peter, who is on the ground in Adelaide. How has the day been, Peter?
Yeah, yes we do, Naomi. We definitely have some guests here and coming to you live from the Space Cyber Forum today. This is the second annual Space Cyber Forum, and it's just a big crowded room here of people all around, about 180 people, absolute incredible keynote speakers. One of the hot topics this morning has been, if you think there's a skill shortage in cyber, well, there is definitely a skill shortage and a need to develop skills in space cyber. So space and cyber are coming together. We've heard this morning from a number of our keynotes that the number of objects orbiting the Earth is going to increase by tenfold in the next 5 years, going from 10,000 satellites to 100,000. A lot of those are in low Earth orbit, and some of the higher orbit ones have to fly through them to get to the higher orbit. So well, we've been discussing those issues, and they're all very interesting issues. And I'm just here live now at the Robinson Space Stand here, and I've got Edward here. We're going to have a chat to Edward in a minute. But part of the discussion today has been about capturing the interests of young people in space and cyber, and of course the STEM programs, which many of you would have heard about around the world. There are CubeSats and micro mini sats that schools can launch that can use non-hardened, inexpensive hardware to run up the systems in the classroom, but they can also do a space launch to get the hardened versions of the satellites. So what we've got here, and I'm just going to bend down here and show you, this is what a CubeSat actually looks like. So CubeSats are really great for working with STEM people to understand the architecture, basic architecture of a CubeSat, so when they go to launch. Now, Robinson Aeronautics Systems here have got a great system of, we pull this little pin here, it actually starts sending telemetry back to the console which they've designed. Now, Robinson is one of the key industry partners and startups that are working out of Lock 14, which is a hub here in Adelaide, which has been amazing, set up originally by Stoneman Talk and Oz Cyber. Got some links there in bringing the mindshare together. So a lot of great things going on in Adelaide, and often the mantra here is find your space in Adelaide, because we've got a very strong space sector here in Adelaide. And so, Edward, as a young person, how good is it to be working in the space industry?
It's awesome. I mean, I've loved space since I was quite young.
Yeah.
And right here in Adelaide is definitely the place to be. There's so much support, from governments, from different startup incubators. It's a place to be for space in Australia. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks, Edward. It's great to have you live on QR5 Cyber News today, and we're just having a great time here. We're just on a little lunch break at the moment, but lots of really good stuff going on here. And thanks Riley, who's just dropped a like in the stream. Thank you. There's lots going on here. We've had the great privilege of having Aaron Miller from the ISAC in Colorado, who is a specialist in space threat intelligence. We're absolutely mesmerized by some of the things she was saying about the need to develop partnerships and collaborations in space cyber threat intelligence. So it's been great to connect with Aaron here today. There've been lots. We've met an astronaut, a payload specialist. Paul was here, Dr. Paul, which I posted a photo of him before. Dr. Paul Scully Power, who was payload specialist on Space Shuttle 41G, I believe it was, which was the Challenger, which was before it had the unfortunate accident in STS-51, which was a very sad event. So Dr. Paul flew as a payload specialist before that on mission number 41. And yeah, so it's all going off here, absolutely. So we're probably going to have to go back and get some more great information soon on the cyberspace convergence and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing industries in cyber. If you love space, if you love your cyber, there's a converging world of amazing technology. Here we're talking about the 5 domains of defence. So we've got the maritime domain, the earth domain, the aerial domain, and then the space and the cyber domain. So when we talk to the defence leaders from Australian space defence and Australian space industry and the cybersecurity interests in the cybersecurity industry, all those domains are coming together in a coordinated effort to make sure that we can do the best for our companies and our businesses, because one of the things we know from critical infrastructure is, of course, that everything runs off an atomic clock. Guess where the atomic clocks are? Somewhere up there. Everything runs off GPS. So everything runs off GPS. So it's quite critical to have our space domain hardened, to have it protected, to have it defended, and to make sure that all our critical infrastructure, which relies on a lot more at space than what you might think, is really following the best practices of cybersecurity, following the new thought leadership coming out of the National Cybersecurity Coordinator, or the leadership from Space Defence Command here in Australia. So we've even had people from the AUKUS program here talking about, they can't tell us too much obviously, but they've been here and discussing about some of the key principles that we need to adopt in protecting our critical infrastructure and some of the nuclear aspects of that as well, which is quite topical at the moment. So anyway, thanks for joining us, Naomi. We've got 5 viewers online now, so make sure you go to the YouTube channel and just like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't just like it on LinkedIn, because that helps us get some more information out to you all, and helps me get around and cover all the exciting events in space and cyber and CTFs, capture the flag experiences all around the world. So you probably, the ticker feed's not running, but was earlier this morning, but we've had some big news in capture the flag as well. We've had the King's School in Parramatta in Sydney has just won the Australian Schools Cybersecurity Challenge after beating off in 2 rounds and a final 4. They played off last weekend, and that was a huge result. So I think over 70 schools from around Australia competed in that. We've got PCAM Plus coming up through Edith Cowan University, all the TAFE colleges and unis around Australia for high school kids. And August 3rd, 4th, that's coming up very soon. And that's going to be huge. Training day on the Saturday, and then a competition day on the Sunday for years 10 to 12. So if you've got kids or you know kids in a school, they can come as long as complete newbies on the Saturday, learn some tradecraft, understand how cybersecurity works, and practice those skills on the Sunday. Also got the DU CTF, the Down Under CTF, coming up on weekend after next, which is the big one for Australia and New Zealand. Flightless birds are going to go. There's going to be feathers flying, but no birds flying apparently. So the DSCTF is heading off. Big capture the flag competition, I believe. They had over 2,000 teams last year, so it's going to be huge. So register team, get involved, learn some cyber. It's going to be great. So we're going to sign off now and maybe come back later this afternoon from the Australian Space Cyber Forum in Adelaide. Thanks, Naomi, for the cross.